Hey everyone, it's Alexander Concepcion with TacoStreetLocating.com, and this is my guide for the best apartments in and around downtown Austin. If you find this guide useful and you're looking for an apartment in Austin, please reach out to me on my website, TacoStreetLocating.com. I've been doing this for 6 years. I've helped over 400 people find apartments, primarily in downtown, South Austin, East Austin, and I'm completely free to work with. I've got over 155 star reviews on Google, so check me out if you find it useful. So, for this guide, I'm going to focus on the best apartments in and around downtown Austin. So, I'm going to focus on kind of like this is my subjective opinion. I've been working with these apartments for as long as I've been in the business, and I'm going to highlight the best high rises, the pros and cons, what I like and don't like about each one. So, if you're looking to move to the best of the best in downtown, then check out this guide. So, first, I'll start with the core of downtown in terms of like residential downtown, with probably my most popular super high end building, and that's going to be this one, the North Shore. Uh, I've had a lot of people move here because it's in a solidly residential part of downtown. Uh, Super nice building, really great amenities when it comes to co working space, pool deck area. Um, One problem a lot of buildings like this and other high rises have is elevator problems. So I know that's where a lot of the reviews, negative reviews here and other buildings have come. So some buildings have more elevator issues than others. North Shore has had them. Um, that's going to be the main con against it. Um, Nearby, there's the Amley on Second, and well, I forgot to mention. So I split a lot of these buildings between the ones marked blue, which I think are nice but not the top of the top tier, whereas the red ones here are going to be, in my opinion, top of the top tier of the best buildings in downtown. So, um, Amlin second, nice high rise, but I put it not in the super top tier category because it's a little bit older. Uh, and especially the units facing north are going to be facing a large construction project called the Republic. I think it's going to be another apartment complex. So being a little bit dated means I'm not going to put it in the top category. Uh, these next two ones I would. The Gables Republic Square and the Hanover Republic Square. Uh, the Gables Republic Square is this. It's not super dramatic from the outside, and it's not as tall as a lot of the others, but it is this cool hotel apartment hybrid where you don't necessarily interact with the hotel guests, but you do have access to a lot of the same amenities. And there is a really nice rooftop pool area at this building. And it just has a really cool hotel interior design that gives it a distinct energy that you don't find in a lot of other buildings in Austin. Um, One major negative is that the buildings facing north are going to be facing the Hanover Republic Square right here. So there's going to be a lot of units here that don't have any views, whereas some of them will have some decent views. Um, the Hanover is probably the best building in Austin right now, maybe with one caveat, um, but 4.8 stars, a ton of really good reviews. The management team is solid. The building elevators work well. They have a stunning rooftop pool area, 2-story amenity deck, great gym. Uh, if you have a solid budget, this is absolutely going to be on the top part of your list, guaranteed. Uh, Nearby, you have probably the biggest building in Austin right now. You could even see how Google shows this building, just the angle of it. This is, I think, the tallest building in Austin right now. Like when you get on top of the Hanover Republic Square and you look horizontally, that's the beginning of the residential part of this building. So this building is absolutely massive. I haven't been to it yet since it just opened, but this is going to be the most extravagant apartment complex in Austin. I'm pretty sure about that. You're going to have the biggest views. You're going to have the most everything of all the buildings. I'll have to go check it out in person to verify that, but I'm pretty confident it's going to be high up there. Nearby, you have the 7 apartments. It's a really nice high rise, but I don't put it in the top tier because this part of West 6 is a really busy party zone of like kind of college football-y type bars. It's a lot of activity, especially here at the ranch. Yeah, and it's a nice building, decent amenities, but its location makes me not put it in like the super top tier. Here you have the Bowie, which if it wasn't for the management company and how shitty they are and how bad the reviews are, I would put this as a top tier building because it's really stylish. It has a great rooftop pool deck area. All the amenities are on the top floor, but the review problems, the management problems, the elevator problems here I really don't bring a lot of people here anymore because they've had so many problems. Maybe they'll get their shit together in the future and figure these things out, get these problems resolved. But until then, it's not in my high tier of downtown buildings. The Monarch also doesn't make my top tier because it's a bit dated, built in like 2007, and all the amenities are on the bottom floor rather than like the middle or top floor. So you're not really going to get much in terms of kind of that extravagant luxury energy that you would in most other buildings. But you can get some floor plans with a lot of square feet, big balconies, but you're not going to get that dramatic experience that you would in other buildings. Gables Park Tower is also on the edge of like the hyper swanky, but I don't put it on the upper tier. It is very nice. It's a great building, great location in the Trader Joe's district, right along the trails and the river. The one thing that brings a little bit down is the very loud freight train that comes along here every single day. But if you get a unit with like a great view facing the water, then some of the units here would be in the top tier, I think. But it's going to be more unit dependent. We went to the North Shore already, and the Hanover Brazos is going to be it's another Hanover building. Everything that Hanover does is going to be extravagantly beautiful. This one's no different. It's a stunning building. All the amenities are great. It's still in process of opening up, so I haven't seen all the amenities yet. I've only been there as they've started to open up, but it's just like the Hanover Brazos. It's just like the Hanover Republic Square in terms of overall quality. So it's going to be very high up there. The one downside, same thing with the Whitley, which I'll add right now. This area is more of a commercial hotel part of downtown. It's not super residential. You have like the convention center here. Whereas the west part of downtown is going to be much more residential. You're not. This isn't going to feel very neighborhoody. It's going to be walkable, but it's not gonna have any like cozy neighborhood energy in the way the other part of downtown will. So the Whitley just isn't a super interesting building. It's solid, it's nice, but kind of in like that soulless corporate kind of way. Um, the Brazos is going to be by far the better one of these two. Um, so getting onto Rainy Street. Rainy Street's going to be a hit or miss depending on how well you can handle all the major construction that's happening right now, and will likely continue for the next 2 years. As right now you have 450-story plus tall buildings being built, such as the Waterline, the Travis, and a few other buildings down here. The nicer building is going to be Sky House, nice high rise. Overall, I wouldn't call it a top tier building because it's more of a party building than anything else. But you do have, if you can get an upper floor unit here facing downtown and the river, then I would say those units are top tier. But overall, this is going to be a very festive building. The Windsor on the Lake, not top tier. This is a quieter part of Rainy Street, which makes it better compared to the other sides. But all of the amenities are on the bottom floor. You're not really going to get any good views. Same thing as Sky House. If you can get something with this downtown and river view, then I would change my mind on that. The best one in this area is going to be the Quincy. It is by far the nicest building on Rainy Street. It's a stunningly nice building, but it's more surrounded by all the construction than the other ones are. So this is really going to depend on how you feel about all the chaos, the construction, all the bars, and the partying that happens on Rainy. So going further north, you have this little cluster of buildings that I'll call all of them top tier buildings. So even though none of these are centrally located in downtown, they're more straddling downtown and East Austin. Personally, I really like this area of East 11th. I lived on East 11th for 4 years. I'm a big fan of it. You have access to downtown here. You could walk to the core of East Austin here. You have this really nice walkable neighborhood over here. So if you want downtown, it's right there. If you want to just chill, go for a walk the dog, you have the Waterloo Park here. This neighborhood, you have your collection of bars and restaurants and coffee shops right here. So this is the Avenir. Has been my most popular building since it opened up about 2 years ago. I like this building a lot. Super high quality amenities. Has 2 pools, one on the rooftop, one on like the 4th floor. An indoor basketball court, good dog washing station, really good management team. You have some units here that face downtown in the Capitol building, which is going to be like nice and bright and dramatic. But those units are also going to have some road noise from the highway 35. I actually like the units facing east that face this neighborhood, whereas it's not dramatic, but it is nice and cozy and chill and gives you a very quiet experience despite being so close to downtown and the highway. And another nice thing about being right here is it's extremely easy to go north and south because you're right on the highway, but even going east and west, you take East 11th or East 15th to cut through downtown without going through the denser part of downtown. When I lived here, I can get to probably 90% of the places I would want to be in Austin within 15 minutes. So, just in terms of logistics and getting around town, this is a great part of town to be in. And it's only about a 10-minute walk to get to this part of East Austin, and probably a 20-minute walk to get to the river down here. But yeah, the Avenir is definitely one of my favorites. Then you have the Alex in Waterloo on the downtown side, which is a great high rise with a stunning rooftop amenity deck. It has one of the highest pools in Austin where you could face downtown and the hill country. There's grilling you could do up top. There's co-working you can do up top. I've put a lot of people here as well. Here's the Waller, a brand new building that's opening up as I record this in early February. I'm pretty optimistic about this one. It's brand new. It's going to have some great downtown views, some great West Austin hill country views, and just given the pictures that I've seen so far, I think it's going to be definitely a top tier building, especially if you don't want to be in the core of downtown. So just south of downtown, you have the Catherine, and there's going to be some units here that are top tier units in downtown, even though it's technically South Austin. The ones here facing downtown and the river are going to be absolutely spectacular, which would make them like highest tier in Austin type units. However, this little area is just hotels, and you're not going to have much to do. You're going to have to walk for a bit to get to kind of anything, which is a major negative, but you do have Auditorium Shores, which is great. Further down, there's 1155 Barton Springs, which is a mid-rise building. I think it's one of the only mid-rise buildings I have on this list, but it's such a nice, high luxury mid-rise building that I figured I'd put it on the list. Right next to Auditorium Shores, this really nice South Austin neighborhood, close to Zilker and Barton Springs out here. It's a really nice one. I've been there a few times. The last one I'll bring up is going to be kind of a dark horse location here in East Riverside. This one's the Marlowe. The Marlowe is going to be by far the best one in this neighborhood. It's a super nice building, great rooftop amenities, great pool deck that faces downtown, co-working space, gym, and you could walk outside and the river's right there. So this location's fantastic for the nature, and it's still really close to downtown and East Austin and South Austin. So that just about wraps up. Actually, there's one I forgot. I always forget this one. The Sienna. I forgot to bring up. So the Sienna at the Thompson is another one of these hotel hybrid apartment complexes that's separated in, I think it's two different buildings or like kind of connected. But you do have the benefits of on-site hotel amenities, pool, restaurant, coffee shop, all of that stuff. Really nice pool area. But one of the downsides with the pool area here is because it's also the hotel pool, there's a few more restrictions when it comes to using it. Another downside is the dog area. It's an indoor dog park, which is about as bad of an idea as you could imagine. So I would not recommend this building if you have a dog. So I think that officially crosses out everything I want to cover in this video. So if you found this useful, please reach out to me on my website, tacostreetlocating.com, so I can help you find your next apartment, free to work with. I've done this for over 400 people, and my research process is extremely extensive. So I hope you found this useful, and I'll see you in another video.